Today we're going to go over just your basic aches and pains and why it happens. And typically why it happens is because those aches and pains are happening because we're not moving a part of our body enough, or we're moving excessively through an inappropriate part of our body. So that's why we look at alignment, and cueing is really important to make sure you're stretching the appropriate part of your body open and not exaggeratedly opening up another part of your body. And the place that we typically have this happen is in our low back. Our low back gets sore, people complain about their low backs or even their shoulders. So what's happening is that you're getting excessive motion and movement, stabilization and function from your low back, and you're not getting it from where you're supposed to get it, which is the lengthening of your glute max, your quads and your calves. And instead you're getting excessive motion of the low back, and the low back gets sore, and likewise, since you can see it's in the same kinematic motion, you get it through your upper shoulders. So the shoulders and neck start getting really sore, especially as we sit ourselves down. It's really easy to overuse the back and not use our quads and our butt, because we're not actually designed to sit in chairs. In fact, in the animal kingdom, when an animal starts putting its butt on the ground, it's starting to not do well. And we've created a living where we put our butt against the ground, and our bodies don't know what to do with that long term. And what we're actually meant to do if we're going to sit down is squat, just like a dog. When you look at a dog, it's not sitting, it's squatting. And when you say a dog has a good seat, it's squatting, and only its feet are touching the ground. The butt is not actually touching the ground. And when you do, things are going really badly. That's why if you ever see a horse sitting on its butt, it's ready to die. So we're going to work on some of these behaviors to make sure we're moving through and lengthening the right parts of our body and stabilizing other parts. And the place that we typically have pain that should be stabilizing are your shoulders and your low back. So we're going to start from there. We're going to start with our feet parallel, and we're going to put our left foot on the block. We do this, and we do this a lot and repetitively, almost ad nauseum, because the calves are so powerfully strong. When they start to shorten, it starts transferring work elsewhere in the body. When these calves become stabilizers instead of movers, there's only two places that can put work. One is your low back, two is your shoulders, and sometimes three your knees. So that's why we're going to work on this. Drop that heel down, feet are parallel, abs are nice and tight. First chakra, your pelvic floor is going to fire up. Second chakra, your lower abs, we're drawing in. Third chakra, your upper abs are closing up as we bring those shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to start out by pumping those hips forward and just lengthening that gastrocnemius. Gastrocnemius is an important calf muscle. It crosses two joints. It crosses your ankle and your knee. And so it functions to propel us forward, but also affects what goes on at your ankle and your knee. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. 10. From here, you're going to bend and straighten your right leg. Make sure the knee goes straight forward, straight back. Your feet stay parallel. Your abs are on. This is still stretching out that gastroc, but now we're getting a little bit of some of your butt muscles, and you see how that's connected to the kinematic chain. Abs are nice and tight. Sucking that tummy. And good. Now, staying with your feet on the blocks and parallel, you're going to bend and straighten now your left leg. Sucking that tummy. Okay, now that it's starting to open up a little, you're going to take the roller out in front of you. I'm going to angle off the side so you can see what's going on. We're going to stretch forward. You're going to try to push your hips back, open through your shoulders, and now you're really seeing how the tightness in the calves can affect shoulder posturing. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Make sure those knees are going in the same direction as your feet, and your feet are parallel. Abs are nice and tight. We're just going to hold this. Open up your shoulders, open up your calves, keep your abs engaged, long through the spine, no pressure in your low back, no pressure in your knees. We are stretching muscles in that joints. Jaws relaxed. And you're breathing. Okay, now we're gonna come back up again. Abs are nice and tight. You're stabilizing. You're stabilizing all across here like it's a wrestling belt as you're wearing. You're gonna take your arms up over top of your head. You're gonna push those hips forward. Suck that tummy in. Feel what this feels like to keep your legs straight, pushing your hips forward, lengthening your calf muscles out. Suck in that tummy, create body shape, and then try to maintain it. And good. We're gonna come back to center. You're gonna take your right foot on the block, right heel is down, abs are nice and tight. You're going to suck in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. We're gonna pump those hips forward as you keep your abs engaged. Feet are parallel, going in the same direction as your knees. And good. Now you're gonna keep your right leg straight as you bend and straighten your left leg. Make sure that left knee goes straight forward and straight back. Suck in that tummy. Okay, now keep your left leg straight as you bend and straighten your right leg. This will open up what's called your soleus muscle. Both the gastroc and the soleus are so important for upright posture. Keep your abs engaged, suck in that tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. And good, now that the things are starting to warm up, we're gonna do a forward fold here. You're gonna stretch forward, push your hips back. Notice if one side was tighter than the other. Suck in your tummy, straighten out your spine, open up through your shoulders, and notice the relationship between your shoulders and your calves. Push those hips back, just feel that lengthening. So this is really important because what should be happening right now is your back muscles are shortening and your calf muscles are lengthening along with your hamstrings. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. And then we're gonna come back up again. You're gonna come back up nice and tall. You're gonna take your arms over the top of your head. You're gonna push your hips forward as you rock side to side, or pump your hips forward, whichever is more fun for you, to lengthen out that calf muscle and shorten your back muscles. Okay, we're gonna come back to center. The block goes underneath your left foot, your heel is down once again. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down back. You're gonna interlock your fingers behind your back. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna pump your arms away from you. Suck in that tummy. Your tummy will wanna come out. You're gonna keep it sucked in. Keep your head over the top of your body. Now you really see how the calves are related to the shoulders as we now keep our hands as far away from our butt as we can and then move our head and neck around. Keep your tummy sucked in, don't let your abs shut off. Rotate, stretch, do extension, do flexion, lateral bend, rotation. Anything you'd like, keep your abs engaged. It is okay if you hear your ears popping. It's actually a good thing because it's opening up the eustachian tubes in your ears. It's opening up the back of your throat, retrotracheal airspace, so make sure to breathe. Abs. And good. We're gonna switch sides or I'll forget what we did. So we're back on the block with our heel down. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy, and I already forgot what we did. We did hands behind our backs. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. You're gonna pump your hands away from you. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Shoulder blades are down and back. Head is over the pelvic floor. And now keep your hands away from your butt as you move your head and neck around. Keep breathing. Keep your abs engaged. Work primarily extension because you do flexion all day long. It's not to say you can't do flexion, it's just that work what you don't work during the day. And how often do you look up in the air? Okay, go ahead, release your arms. We're gonna stand off the block for a moment and just see how things feel. You should feel like you're almost falling on your face, and that's because the tension in your calves have decreased. We like that. You can do a forward fold. If you want to support that forward fold, you can put the roller out in front of you, and we're gonna stretch. This will help you open up your shoulders even more. Push your hips back, suck in your tummy. Just feel what it feels like to now lengthen your shoulders as well as your hamstrings and your calves. You can rock the roller side to side, suck in that tummy. This is opening up your latissimus dorsi. Oh. Keep breathing. And then bend your knees. We're going to come back up again. You're going to just counter stretch. Suck in your tummy. You're going to lean back in the opposite direction. You're going to try to tip back. Your quads go on. Your abs are on. Shoulder blades squeeze down and back. You're shortening your back muscles, lengthening your abs, but keeping them tight. You can wiggle your jaw side to side. This is a great way to open up a muscle called the platysma. Okay, good. Come back to neutral. So, see how your body's starting to feel. Notice that a lot of pressure has been taken out of your back because we've opened up the calf muscles. We're going to continue to open up those calf muscles as you now put your left foot back on the block again. The roller will be off to your right. Just get that far. Feet are parallel, abs are nice and tight. Then you're going to push your hips back, and then you're going to take your right leg back behind you, and then you're going to take it off to the side. So you're sticking out your left booty cheek back and out to the side. Front leg is straight. This time, the knee is not over the top of the foot. We don't want it there. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to just try to lower your right hip to the ground as you stretch open to your left. This is going to catch more of your glute minimus, which is great. Keep your abs engaged, suck in that tummy. We're going to hang out here and hold this. But really stick your butt out as we're doing this. There we go. Smiles are up. Okay. And now take your leg a little further back behind you as you bend your knee. This will get the same glute minimus, but it's now starting to get more of your soleus. Hold that position with the twist, suck in your tummy. Your spine is straight, no pressure in your low back. If you feel pressure in your low back, push your butt back, tighten your abs. Your front knee is bent now. Front knee is bent, Annie. Bend your front knee. More, way more than that. There you go. And then we're gonna cup up and out of this. You're gonna keep your foot on the block, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. I want you to fire up your lats, fire up your abs. We're shortening the low back muscles as you now take this arm over to the right. Keep your abs engaged, suck in that tummy. You're trying to reach down for a suitcase that's a little too low on the ground as you hold on to something in the air. You're breathing. Okay, and then we're just gonna go to opposite sides. Same foot's on the block. You're gonna reach down for a very short suitcase. Make sure the weight's 50-50 through both legs as you push your hips down over to the right. Breathing, sucking in that tummy. And good. Come back to center. We are going to do the other side. You're going to put your right foot on the block. Abs are nice and tight. Feet start out parallel. You're going to take that left leg back behind you, then off to the side. Both legs are straight on this one. You're pushing your booty cheek out to the back and out to the side. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're just stretching as we open up into a twist. Suck in that tummy. Feel that stretch. This is getting that glute minimus and it's getting that gastroc on the right. You should feel your oblique working as well as if you're doing this correctly. Good. Take this leg further back behind you as you bend your front leg. So now you're working the soleus. You're still rotating, your abs are still engaged. Chest is up. Smiles are up. And you're breathing. And then come back up into standing. See how things feel? Feet are parallel. Your heel is still down on that right side. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to take your right hand above your head. Left hand reaches down for that suitcase. Suck in that tummy. Push your hips over to the right. Feel the lengthening. Where it's supposed to lengthen, your back muscles should be shortening. Calf muscles should be lengthening. Okay, switch hands. You're reaching up with your left hand, reaching down with your right hand. You're pushing your hips over to the left. Weights 50-50 through both feet. Suck in that tummy. This will help you with your swimming and installing a ceiling fan or unscrewing a light bulb at one of those recessed roof lights. Okay, come back up to center. You're going to take your foot off the block. We're going to see how things feel. Feet are parallel, hips width apart. Here's your ASIS. Here's your pubic symphysis. Midway in between is hips width apart, so bring your feet in as close as you need to get your feet hips width apart. You're going to push down with your big toe and the corresponding metatarsal head. The outer four toes of the corresponding metatarsal head, but especially that pinky toe. And finally your heel. 1/3 the weight through the balls of your feet, 1/3 the weight through your toes, 1/3 the weight through your heels. As always, first, second, and third chakras are firing up. Draw your shoulder blades down back, heads over top of the ball. We're going to do hip circles. Try not to move your head. It will move a little bit, but try not to move your head as you do a hip circle because this is activating the righting reflex. And just notice how much different your low back is feeling, your shoulders and neck are feeling. Suck in that tummy. And then go in the opposite direction. You are breathing. And good. From here, we're going to take our left ankle, put it over top of right knee. So now we're going after glute max. Another muscle that really likes to shorten, especially if you put yourself under a lot of stress, because it's the butt clenching muscle. So we're going to open it back up, lower down as much as you can, chest stays up. So even though we're in this weird position, we're still activating the athletic ready posture because your knees are bent and your chest is long. Lower down deeper. Whew. Notice where you feel the stretch. It should be in your gluteus maximus, the gluteus maximus. Abs are nice and tight. What is that going on? Oh, it's music outside. Keep breathing. Chest up, abs on. Now you're gonna come back up for a second, straighten your, what is that, right leg? And then we're gonna lean forward. Keep your abs engaged, push your hips back, no pressure in your low back. We're stretching muscles and not joints. Keep breathing. Suck in that tummy. Try to get your hands to the ground by sucking in your tummy. You're doing a sit-up towards the ground. And then we're gonna come all the way back up. Keep your legs crossed. As you reach up, pump your hips forward. Suck in that tummy. Good, we're switching sides. You're crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're gonna squat into it. This is athletic ready position on this side. Sucking your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back, lower down. Really try to feel the stretch in your right glute max. Smiles are up. Just hang out here, feel the stretch. Powerful, powerful muscle. This is why no one likes eating rump roast, because it's such a powerful muscle. Keep breathing. Chest up. Deepen a little bit more. And then we're gonna come up tall. You're gonna straighten your left leg. You're gonna reach for the ground now. Abs are engaged. You're pushing your hips back, straight spine, straight legs. You're shortening your back muscles. You're elongating your calf muscles and hamstring. You're reaching towards the ground with a sit-up pull to the ground. And then we're coming back up again. Keep your leg locked out as you push your hips forward. Arm goes over the top of your head. Suck in that tummy and pump your hips forward. Suck in that tummy. Don't bend your knee to pump your hips forward. Just send your hips forward. Keep your abs engaged. 8, 9, 10. Good. Feet to the ground. See what stance feels like now. See what your butt feels like. See what your back feels like. If you feel it in your back, it means you accidentally put work into your back. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. We're actually going to do some fun things here, shortening muscles at the top of the body. You're going to take your hands, palms facing forward, slightly bend your knees. You're going to pump your hands back behind you. Not a big deal. Keep your chin tucked in, so don't let your head come out to do it. It's this way. Sucking in that tummy. This is shortening all the back muscles that are supposed to be short that elongate because we slouch in a chair. Could it be?
Are you okay with the noise?
Yeah, noise is fine.
He's gonna do the songs.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Maria's helping the contractor, so she can't be here. Okay, arms out to the side, shoulder blades are down and back. You're gonna pump your arms backwards this way. It's the double backhand. Backhanding two people. Abs are nice and tight, chest is open, abs are engaged. Keep your knees bent, keep your first, second, and third chakras fired up, as now we go arms over the top of your head. Thank you, Meredith. Keep your abs engaged though. Annie. Pump those hands back behind you. Keep breathing. Okay, bring your arms down. Just see what your posture feels like. It should feel more chest open and more natural to keep your head over the top of your pelvic floor, which takes a huge amount of force out of your low back. This brings us down to the ground. We're gonna go down onto our right knee. Left foot is forward, abs are nice and tight. As always, the detail that's most important is your head over the top of the block. Sucking your tummy, shoulder blades down and back, hip circles. Keep sucking in your tummy. So we're trying to move the muscles that are supposed to move, and we're trying to stabilize the muscles that are supposed to stabilize. We're stabilizing the abs, we're stabilizing the back, we're moving through the hips. The head is stabilizing, the shoulders are stabilizing. That's the way we do work. Opposite directions. Keep sucking in that tummy. Smiles are up. And good. Now take this hand, your left hand, grab a hold of your right foot. You're gonna pull your heel to your butt. We're gonna start out just nice and tall. Shoulder blades are down and back. Pull your heel to your butt and then pump your hip forward and back. Let me see if I can do this from the side. So it's just this for right now. It's a small motion. We're trying to lengthen that rectus femoris slowly because it shortens from sitting in chairs, sofas, and cars. Suck in that tummy. I just managed to rip all the hair out of my kneecap. Okay, now we're gonna go into our deep lunge. Keep pulling your heel to your butt. This is super opening up that rectus femoris as we now go sideways. It's interesting how when you ask for something and you really are clear on it and you allow it to happen, it comes together. We have a contractor outside, and that's what Mario's been hoping for very much, and it showed up. But you just gotta allow it. Even though it looks like it might rain. Okay. Super lunge forward, holding onto that leg. Abs are nice and tight, chest is up, rotate. Don't move for this one, just stretch deeper. You can see how this muscle, your hip flexors, your psoas, and your rectus femoris, can really affect your posture and create a lot of low back pain because especially a psoas attaches to the lumbar spine. Okay, going back up. We're gonna switch sides. Left knee is on the block, chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. You're smiling up. And we are gonna make sure our head is over the top of the block as we do our hip circles. Suck in your tummy. Keep breathing. If you could only hear what I'm hearing right now. Right now we're in an extreme competition with like light jazz from the construction workers. Suck in your tummy. And now go in the opposite direction. We want to be able to go in each direction evenly because we don't only turn to the right, we turn to the left, and vice versa. We don't only turn to the left, we turn to the right. So we have to be able to do every motion. That's why every athletic motion is hidden in the hips. Okay, abs are nice and tight. You're gonna reach back with your right hand, grab that left foot. Chest is up. Abs are nice and tight. You're pulling your heel to your butt, and we're gonna do our little funky motion of just hips forward, hips back, small motion. Do get it from your abs. Don't let your abs turn off. Don't get it from your butt. So don't clench your butt cheek to make this happen. And then here we go, stretch forward, same thing. We're now gonna go side to side. This is opening up all the divisions of the rectus femoris and your psoas. That's why it's so important to keep your abs on so the pressure doesn't go in your low back. So you should feel 0 in your low back because we are stretching muscles and not joints. And then on this next piece, we're gonna just stretch forward, hang out here. You can add a rotation, no movement. Keep breathing. Heel to your butt. Smiles are up. Keep breathing. That's so nice. Okay, go ahead, release your leg. Boom. We're gonna switch sides again. This is more functional stretch than it is actual stretch. Your toes are curled under. You're gonna go into your thinker pose. So if you feel excessive pressure in those metatarsal heads, really push your heel back, and I'll take it out of those knuckles of your toes. Abs are nice and tight. We're first gonna stretch by just rotating, bringing your right elbow to your left knee, and we're gonna go into our thinker pose. Suck in your tummy. Keep sucking in that tummy, keep your chest up even though your knee is on your elbow. Notice if you're short of breath, that's how much your diaphragm is tightened and your abs are tightened to prevent really easy breathing. So this is how you open it up, which could explain some of the tightness in your shoulders and your low back. Okay, we're gonna come out of this. This is gonna be the easy stretch portion. You can hold onto your roller. All you're gonna do is put your butt onto your heel and then come up. But you're gonna keep your abs nice and tight. This is a little different than what we normally do in class. We do jumping. This is not so much jumping, this is more stretching the muscles around your knee. Abs are nice and tight. There shouldn't be not a whole lot of pain or discomfort into the knee because these are normal functions of the knee. We got to be able to get a terminal flexion of the knee in order to heal the knee, and this is why we're doing this. You should feel your butt working, which is a good thing. Abs. One more. And we're switching sides. Okay, you're on your left knee. If you feel excessive pressure in those metatarsal heads, those are knuckles of your toes, push your heel back. As always, you're gonna bring your elbow over to your knee, and we're gonna twist, rotate, and we're gonna breathe. This is working your diaphragm, this is working breathing. So if this is difficult to breathe, all it means is that these muscles are tight and are not allowing the fullest breath that you could take. Okay, here goes into our funky stretch. Just up and then down, up and down. Abs are engaged the whole time. You should feel your right butt cheek working, or sorry, left butt cheek working and your left quad. Abs. Nine. 10. Good. Let's switch sides. It'll be fun. We're on a high knee again. You're going to take your left leg forward. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to pull your hip into the socket. Keep your abs engaged. Start out by just rocking your hips side to side. Don't move your head. Your head stays over the top of the block. Not a big deal. Okay, now that we know everything's opened up, you're gonna do a forward fold. You can touch your toes if you'd like. You could touch your shin or your knee. Make sure your spine is straight. No pressure in your low back. We're opening up the calf. We're opening the hamstring. We're not opening up the low back. In fact, we're shortening those muscles. So fire your lats, erect your spine, push your hips back. Smiles are up. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come back up nice and tall. You're going to stay in this position. You're going to take your arm over the top of your head and just counter stretch. You should feel the stretch on the right side of your body. Keep your abs engaged. Suck in your tummy. Hooray! Let's switch sides. Okay, right leg goes forward. Pull that hip into the socket, abs are nice and tight. Wiggle those hips side to side. Chest up. That front leg is straight. Straight leg, straight leg. Yes, there you go. Pull that hip into the socket, there you go. And then here we go. We're gonna do forward fold. You're gonna go after those toes. We're opening up our calves and our hamstrings. We are not opening up our low back. So if you feel pressure there, tighten your abs, draw your shoulder blades down and back, straighten your spine, push your hips back, bring your chest forward. We're stretching muscles and not joints. So if you feel this in the muscles, good. If you feel it in the joints, tighten up some muscles. Keep breathing. And good, we're gonna come on up, keep that leg straight. You're gonna counter stretch. We're pushing the hips forward to open up this psoas, iliacus, and rectus femoris. Okay, good. We're gonna come down into kneeling now. We're gonna put the ball on top of the block. You're gonna have a seat on top of the ball that's on top of the block. The ball's midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Shoulder blades are down and back, and now the hardest part, you're gonna get your head over top of the ball, and you're gonna keep it there. Shoulder blades are down and back. I want you to give a squeeze where you're gonna practice shortening the back muscles as you draw your shoulder blades down and back, and then let them come forward again, down and back. As you do, keep your abs engaged, keep the rib cage closed. Back, and then neutral, back, and neutral. And in fact, for most people, it's neutral and flexion, but we won't talk about that because you all are good desk workers and drivers and sofa sitters. Okay, now that you got that motion on, interlock your fingers. We're gonna further shorten the distance between your shoulder blades and your hips. Keep your abs engaged as you squeeze your shoulder blades down and back and neutral, down and back and neutral. Abs are nice and tight. Keep drawing those abs in. Abs in. There you go. Shoulder blades down and back, release, down and back, release. Feel what it feels like to shorten the muscles of the spine, to shorten the shoulder blade muscles. Okay, keep those shoulder blades down and back. Almost try to get the knuckles of your hands to try to touch the ground as you move your head and neck around. Keep breathing. All sorts of neck motion as you do this. Keep those shoulder blades down and back, knuckles heading towards the ground, abs on. Ooh, I like this a lot. Okay, shake out those arms. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake. Hands and stick them up. You're gonna externally rotate. So we're taking those arms, our humerus stays level, and we're gonna just pump backwards. Pump back, 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 back. Keep your abs engaged. Again, we're shortening those back muscles. This can be quite tiring because we're used to flexing forward, putting our nose to the grindstone. And good, rest. Okay, now you're gonna look like you're a scarecrow. You're gonna draw your shoulder blades down and back, chest up, head over top of the ball, and now you're gonna push back. Like that Jimmy Durante movie. What elephant? Was that World's Greatest Showman? Forgot what it was. Keep your pelvic floor on. Don't lose track of your pelvic floor. Don't sit on your tailbone. We're really trying to work the pelvic floor and the abs. Okay, now hands go out to the side once again. Shoulder blades are down and back. I want you first squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Raise, this is called your cubital fossas. As you squeeze your shoulder blades down and back, and you're gonna pump your arms back, suck in your tummy. Suck in that tummy even more. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. These are your back muscles. Don't let them go into your neck. We're not using neck muscles. And rest. See what your shoulders feel like? They should be tired, but they shouldn't be in pain like they are when you're typing all day long, because we have put them back into the proper posture. Now we're gonna come up, hold on to the ball, we're gonna take the block away. In fact, you can use your blocks if you have short arms like me. We're gonna have a seat on top of the block, or ball, still. Your legs are out in front of you. You can have your hands on your blocks if you'd like. Shoulder blades are down and back. You're sucking in your tummy. We're gonna start out with little hip circles to work on that pelvic floor. Keep your knees parallel, feet parallel, shoulder blades down and back, chest is up. Shoulder blades down and back like we've been practicing. Suck in that tummy as you go in the opposite direction. And as your shoulder blades go down and back, you should notice it's naturally easy to get into those ab muscles. Okay, now that I know you can all do this, put the ball midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. You're gonna drop your right leg down. Okay, right leg down, coming across your body. Left leg is gonna stack on top of it. We're gonna go into what's called fire log in yoga. Chest is up. Shoulder blades are down and back. You can rock from side to side just to entertain yourself. This is gonna open up your glute medius, your glute minimus. Tensor fascia lata, very important muscles in hip mechanics. Keep sucking your tummy, long spine, shoulder blades are down and back. Make sure you're stretching the muscles that you should, which are your hip muscles. Your spinal muscles are gonna stay shortened. We don't wanna lengthen those, we want those to shorten. You're gonna draw your shoulder blades down and back because we want those to shorten, and we're gonna wiggle away because it's just fun. And because it's just fun, everyone should be smiling. The Kwok family looks like they are frowning. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy. Oh, stretch, 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 stretch. Now you can take the blocks forward as you stretch forward, suck in your tummy. Long spine though. And then you're going to take it back behind you. Chest up. Really thrust your spine forward. Keep your abs engaged. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. This is just fun. Okay? Now we're going to add a twist. So you can twist to the, that away, to left. Chest is up. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. And we're going to breathe. So you're going to figure out if that diaphragm is tight. If it's tight, it tells you you're not breathing throughout the day. Head over the top of the ball. And then we're gonna go the other direction. Keep your legs in the same configuration as you rotate now to the left. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back, smiles are up. So I have a client that does medical makeup. She specifically does it for like people who have been burned or had botched plastic surgeries. But she also does cosmetic stuff, and it's amazing because she does it by hand. And she noticed that I had, and Mario pointed it out, a scar on my eyebrow. And using like medical tattooing, they put 3 strands of hair there, and now it looks like it's closed. It looks weird to me because I'm so used to seeing the scar. Abs are nice and tight. And we're gonna take our legs out in front of us. Jog, 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 jog. Jog, 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 jog. So the next thing I'm gonna see if she can medically tattoo my nose smaller. Okay, you're gonna take your left leg down. You're gonna just let it lay on the ground there like that. You're gonna take your right leg on top. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna make sure your ball's midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. We're gonna lift up nice and tall, shorten your back muscles, lift tall through your abs, suck in your tummy. Yeah, I wanna see if she can tattoo me like to 6 feet tall. Smiles are up. You can wiggle from side to side just because it's fun. That helps to open up this glute medius, glute minimus, glute max a little bit, and tensor fasciae lata. Suck in that tummy. Just feel it open. Okay, take the blocks forward. Chest is up, suck in your tummy. Straight spine. We're not trying to open up the low back, we're trying to open up the hips. You can wiggle still, it's fun. Now you're gonna take the blocks back behind us. Chest open, shoulder blades are down and back, abs are nice and tight. Okay, you're gonna rotate to the right. Chest up, abs nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. Breathe, really feel if one direction doesn't breathe as well as the other. That's a big problem and you wanna correct. Because that can really distort your whole body and the structure of your body if you breathe one way better than the other. Okay, we are gonna go to the left. Chest is up. Notice the breathing, notice the smiling, notice if the head's over the top of the ball. We don't want the head forward. Nothing makes us look older than having the head forward. Have the head over the top of the ball. Chest up. Rotate. Breathe. Be happy. Okay, come back to center. You're gonna take your legs out in front of you and you're gonna jog them out. Jog, 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 jog. Just see what it feels like. I'm gonna move the microphone real quickly. So much for real quickly. Okay, you're gonna slide off the ball. The ball's gonna go in the small of your back. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna arch over the top of the ball. Your legs will go straight. Your toes will go up. If you've done everything correctly, you should not feel pain in your low back. If you feel pain in your low back, you have accidentally activated a muscle called the psoas muscle. You don't like that one being activated, you should have activated your abs. If you feel it in the front of your hips, that means you activated your iliacus muscle. We don't like that one so much either. It's okay, but not bad. But if you feel it like right along your six pack and in your abdominal wall, it means you activated your abdominal muscles, specifically your rectus abdominis and your transversus, and that's great. In this position, draw your shoulder blades down and back so both of your shoulder blades are flat against the ground, and then now you can rock your hips from side to side, but keep your abs engaged. Keep breathing. Okay, you're bending your knees. You're gonna lift the ball up. You're gonna put it underneath your sacrum. You're gonna bring your knees to your chest. Ooh. We're gonna let you open up those back muscles. As you twist left, twist right. You can put your hands on the ground. Periodically, you are going to have to move the ball because it's gonna try to roll away from you. Twist all the way till your shins are parallel with the ground, then go the other direction. Go back and forth. We're adding dynamic twist in this equation. And it's just fun. Notice the one side's definitely tighter. You can hang out until it opens up. Okay, ball goes back underneath your sacrum, your legs go straight up in the air. We're gonna do our knee bending. It's just such an important activity because the knee has only one job. I love seeing all those memes on Instagram. He only had one job or she only had one job. Here's the one job the knees have to be able to do. They have to bend. So we're gonna drop the knees to our butt, or heels to our butt, and then back out. Heels to butt. There should be no pressure or discomfort in the knees because this is non-weight bearing. If there is, you have to figure out what muscles to stabilize with, what to open up with, what to support with, because there should be no pain at all. Okay, from here we're gonna go on for a little walk, walkie. See what it feels like to do one leg at a time. What muscles need to be stabilized? What needs to be relaxed? Because there's only one job this joint has. One singular job. When it starts getting other jobs, things start going very wrong in the knees. We don't like it. Okay, legs apart. Same thing. Heel to butt. Heel to butt. Keep breathing. By now, all the blood that's normally in your legs because of gravity is out of your legs, so we're going to bring our legs back together as we pump our feet one at a time, toes to nose, then toes to ceiling, alternating sides. This is going to pump your tibialis anterior and your soleus muscle. And as I've talked about before, the soleus muscle is the second heart in the body. It pumps the blood from the lower extremity back to the heart, but right now we don't have blood going to our feet because of gravity. Right now it's going away. So it's a great way to clear things out, decrease the pressure in the legs and in the veins and structures of the legs. Abs are nice and tight, suck in that tummy. Just a little bit longer. And then good, feet on the ground, legs are straight. We're rocking our hips side to side, side to side. Abs are tight. We're ignoring the hammering that's going on outside. Suck in that tummy. And the yelling. And apparently the lewd jokes that are going on outside. Hopefully you can't hear them. Okay. Bend your knees, lift up your butt. You're gonna put the ball underneath your left hip. You're gonna bend your right leg. We're gonna do a spinal rotation from here. So you're gonna take that right knee across your body as you go into spinal rotation to your left. We're gonna breathe again to see if our diaphragm is restricted in any way. And just stretch. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just continue. Okie dokie, we're gonna straighten ourselves out. Put the ball underneath your right butt cheek. As you straighten your right leg, bend your left leg. You're gonna go in spinal rotation to the right, bringing that left knee across your body. You're gonna breathe. So I had a client that would complain of chest pain. So the first thing you have to rule out is heart attack or some kind of heart pathology. But we ruled that out after I sent him to a cardiologist and this and that and that and this. But it turns out he couldn't stretch in the twist and it would cramp really badly in his diaphragm that would refer to his heart. So can that cause a heart attack? Maybe, because the heart's not getting the assistance that it needs. But more importantly, it's causing him to think about having a heart attack all the time. So I had him stretch it out doing this very stretch. And it has improved his cardiac function. It's improved his breathing. He's much more active in life from one singular stretch. So really work on this as you're breathing. Good, come back to center. Ball goes underneath your sacrum. Last time, bring your knees to your chest. You can actually pull your knees to your chest. Suck in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. You can straighten your legs if you want. Try to get your feet over your top of your head like you were doing the plow. Point your toes to your nose. You can pump a little bit, but keep your abs engaged. From here, once again, bend your knees. Feet go on the ground. Lift your butt up. Take the ball out from underneath your back. See what the ground feels like underneath you. Finally, oops, where's the microphone? We're going to lay on the roller lengthwise. Butt at one end, head at the other end. Just lay on the roller. See what it's like to have your feet parallel, your knees bent, your knees over the tops of your feet. Open up your chest, close up your rib cage, engage your abs and your pelvic floor. Your feet are parallel, your knees are bent. You're in athletic ready posture. Your lower extremities are bent, your upper body is elongated, your riding reflexes open to move. And in fact, just wiggle your head side to side to make sure you can breathe with head rotation. Jaws relaxed. We didn't do much upper body stuff, except for shortening. We didn't do any lengthening. We'll do a little bit here. Just take your hands over the top of your head. Keep your abs engaged, first, second, third chakra. We're just gonna let our arms hang out up here. We do so little work above our heads that it's important to stretch and make sure we can maintain that range of motion. I had a client who was a school teacher. His name was Granville. It's an unmistakable name. His students sent him to me. His students were complaining he was writing lower and lower on the chalkboard because his shoulder was freezing up and he was doing less and less work over the top of his head. So I worked with him for the next, almost 5 months. We got his arm so it could go over the top of the head, much like you guys are doing right now. And I said, how do you feel? He's all, he was one of those grumpy guys. I don't feel much difference. And I'm like, well, what are you noticing? He's all, well, my students say that they can read the chalkboard now. Okay, go ahead and bring your arms to your sides and just breathe. I'm going to come off the roller. You guys stay on the roller. I want you just to feel what you feel. Breathe. Notice the ease of breathing, the connection that you have to your body, top and bottom. How easy it is to find center when we're balanced in our body. At no point in our life and history are we supposed to be in meditation 24 hours a day. We weren't meant to do that. We were meant to find meditation and live a life accordingly. We don't sit in meditation and let life pass us by. So balancing the body is a great way to get our body into our center. Find meditation so we can engage in life in meditation. Feel what it feels like to be on the roller, just breathing. You guys have done an extraordinary job. On behalf of Mario, who could not be here, and myself, we appreciate you for showing up, for supporting us, for being here, being willing to try the crazy things we ask you to do. Thank you, and namaste.